Yeah.
But yeah, Digimon. So yeah, this was a fun series of episodes, and also like a mostly filler series of episodes.
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's alright.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I feel like the last episode with the wacky races or whatever was like also filler, but it's like okay, you know what, like whatever. And this is where it just first really clicked that it's like, oh yeah, we're getting frontier filler episodes that don't advance the plot. Because I think these are like the first two we've really got that doesn't progress something, right? I feel like every other episode we've got a bit of like character development or like, like a bit of like progression on evolutions or like something to that effect.
Well, we're past the point where everybody's getting their spirits, so yeah, we're gonna get more run-of-the-mill Monster of the Week episodes.
Yeah. Also, Supflow.
Yo.
Yeah, because I'm thinking back and it's like, even the TV forest wasn't really filler, was it? Because we saw, into the human world and, like, got a bit of, like, a thing there.
Mm-hmm.
At least I don't think I'd consider it to be filler specifically. Yeah, that being said, this is a fun episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this episode, everyone just goes to the Burgermon village where burgers happen, and Peldramon wants the burger, so he takes the burger to make the burger.
Yeah, Peldramon really loves his hamburgers.
He really likes burgers, and he like gets really sleepy after he eats the burger.
I can relate.
Man, this episode was just fun. This is like a fun, dumb little adventure. It's like, Peldramon just straight up kidnapping people. As Burgermon's like, oh, please, you have to save my husband, ? Because Digimon have no genders.
Like I said, if Renamon didn't have that one line in Tamers, this wouldn't be an issue.
That one line explains so much, and it also makes so many more things questionable. Because, like, clearly, like, in the same series, we see that Digimon, like, attraction is a thing. Like, there's just a Digimon who's like, oh, Romon, your code's so beautiful. Yeah, come and be mine or whatever. It's also like, oh, but Digimon also have no sexes. But they do have gendered presentations sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about, what is it? The horse Digimon.
Yeah, the bull. Vajramon? Yeah, Vajramon. Yeah. I think that's how you pronounce it, yeah.
If I remember correctly, it was more so that, like, he considered Redamon to be like a... No, it was the issue. No, he didn't like... That was... No, okay, I remember. Yeah. It's like Redamon's more like a beast-type Digimon, and then she evolves into Talmon. And he's like, "Oh, never mind. Now you look like a human." Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know if it was maybe like that might have been a part of it, but I know specifically part of it was like, "Oh, you're like evolving with a human. Ew, that's gross. Get out of here."
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like because she became more humanoid, but that'd also be like another like funny layer to it. I think if that's the case. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of like romantic undertones, but also some Digimon are just coded to be with another Digimon as like a partner.
Well,
because Gigimon and like Babamon are like literally designed to be like an old couple.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so it's like sometimes there's free will and like, there's romantic stuff, and other times it's just like, oh, this is just how it is. You were designed to be this way.
Yeah, I just don't think about it pretty much, like, because it adds nothing to the conversation, basically.
Man, how weird would it be if you're like, you're like effing like Mama Burgermon or whatever their name is. And it's like, oh hey, here's a Papa Burgermon, and you just didn't get along at all, but because it's in your code, it's like, alright, gotta be a couple, I guess.
Nah, nah, that wouldn't happen because as we saw with the Renamon thing, she was like, "Ew, no, get away from me."
Yeah. Wait, which Remon thing?
Renamon like turning down Vajramon.
Well, they weren't designed to be a couple, though, were they? They're
Well,
like,
no, but I don't know.
yeah,
It's
that's
just
like one. Yeah, that proves that free will exists in the system.
my point is just that if the Digimon, if two Digimon don't want to be together, then they won't be together.
All right, but what if you're like literally designed to be a couple? What if you're like, a friggin' Digimon and you're just not into like, the married lifestyle?
Well, then you don't get with a Babamon. Like,
oh man. Well, that throws like a really weird wrench into things when you're like, oh yeah, there's free will, but also your form determines how you act. I guess the free will kicks in. Okay, yeah, I guess. Oh, it's a very troubling thought, isn't it?
No. Because, like I said, if the Digimon doesn't want to be with another Digimon, then they just don't.
Oh, man. But yeah, because of, like, Peldramon taking the Burgermon husband, I guess, and leaving their 9 Burgermon kids behind, the kids are like, okay, well, there's only one way to solve this. We gotta have a burger competition. It's like, there is zero urgency in this episode. Like, there's not a second where they pretend this is anything other than what it is.
Yeah, even with the kidnapped Burgermon, it's pretty lighthearted.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I've never cooked anything, so let's try it. And everyone's laughing and having a good time.
Yeah, be fair, even though he's kidnapped, it's like his like kidnapper is just making him cook burgers. It's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's like he's like obviously he's concerned about his family, but also he really just seems to want to make a really good burger.
Yeah. Because there's multiple points, I think, where it's like Peldramon's like, oh yeah, make even better burgers. And he's like, oh, I don't know if I'd make a burger better than this. Oh, this is so hard, you know?
Yeah. But Tomoki kind of just bumbles into making a really good burger.
Yeah. It probably helps that Tomoki sabotaged every other burger in, like, the competition.
Well, it wasn't like a competition. It was just like, can we make a burger good enough? And then everyone's just like, okay, yeah, everybody will try.
And I'd consider this a competition because they're all like, they have judges and everything with like, Pokemon. And they're just like, all right, well, who can make the best burger though? Let's find out.
Well, again, the idea wasn't to judge them; it's just to taste test them to see if they're good.
I know Takuya and like what's his name, Koji, seem to take it very personally.
Yeah, they're the only ones who are treating it like a competition. Everybody else is just trying to make a good burger.
I know. I just like the idea of making like Shokugeki no Soma jokes about this. It's like Tomoki's just so determined to win, he's like spiking the ingredients. And you get the scene where Izumi's like, no, but I planned for you to throw onions in my pot, so I went with a recipe that demands extra onions. You just made it even better. Man, I'm honestly surprised that doesn't come up like more often in Food Wars, where someone will just walk over to the art chef station and be like, "Oh, hey, nice food you're like cooking there." Whoops, and they just like dump an entire basket of like salt in the thing, like a whole like just container of it. Cause I know it happens once like early on, and their solution is, okay, I guess we just gotta start over from scratch. Oh man, that show is absurd, and it only gets like crazier and dumber as it goes. And also worse, but still.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It is a testament to the idea that you can have a really dumb idea be really good, but also it's really hard to keep that type of thing going. It runs out of steam super hard.
Didn't you say they lost their, like, whoever it was they were consulting for food?
Yeah, they lost the food consultant at, like, the very end and, like, the final arc, like, literally. But it was already kind of, like, going downhill before that. So it was already kind of, like, getting really rushed and, like, awkward and kind of bad. And they hit that point, and it's like, okay, well, dishes just don't matter anymore. People are just throwing together where they can that sounds unique. Well, I think there's, like, a major antagonist has, like, a big moment where, they make something that's, like, shark fin ice cream soup. It's like, what the fuck it's like, there's no explanations, it's just like, oh, look at this weird thing, and everyone's super impressed, but in a very vague, generalized way, of like, oh, it's so good, though.
It's so weird, but it's so good.
I think what makes it funnier is they look at the main character and they say you can't win just by throwing a bunch of random ingredients together.
And then he does exactly that.
Yes. Sounds unfortunate with the Lost Show and manga. It's kind of happening with My Hero Academia right now. Ah, that's a shame to hear. So good stuff, but a lot of men rush stuff. Oh man. Last I heard about My Hero was like, there's some big super dramatic, like, Deku arc going on. And it was like, there was a lot of really cool parallels going on with earlier stuff that everyone was pulling out. Yeah, it's kind of a shame to know it kind of, like, went downhill a bit, but I guess it's inevitable. As long as it's still not, like, I think it's, like, outside of series that just straight up end and just end on a good note, I feel like the only series I've heard of that just, like, goes on forever and it just, like, never gets bad is effing One Piece. Because, holy crap, Oda is, like, a madman.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Oda is like a madman, and I feel like the cracks are starting to show a bit with some reveals, but it's also like, okay, but also this is a really good arc, and he's telling a really good story. And I think part of that is because every arc is just kind of its own unique little thing. So he's able to just be like, okay, what's like a cool little story I can tell, and just focus in on it. Yeah, One Piece has some weak written moments at times, but it's very consistent. Yeah, it's like, after what, like 20 years of publication or some crap? That's like insane.
Yeah, I mean, to fans of the show, if it stayed consistently good enough that they've been following it continuously, then, I mean, he's doing something, right?
Yeah. Man, it's wild to think that there are like just 20 years worth of people who have like been born, grown up, went to high school, and or died, And then they they look over and One Piece is still existing before and probably after them.
Yeah. Because who knows when that series is actually going to end.
We're going to get to the year 2050 and Oda's still going to be working on One Piece.
Yeah.
He's just we just look over and we just realize that Oda's just gradually getting younger with time. He's slowly aging backwards.
I was gonna say he's making One Piece and he's a skeleton.
Man, I noticed this is such a dumb little thing, but it's actually submit a dumb gag article to a weird parody news site or whatever that somehow got published. And it was just Oda just making so much One Piece that it's a backlog. And it's one of the quotes was something yo, it gives me great joy to know that the end of the universe will come before One Piece is finished. There's dumb quotes in there I just threw in about how it's oh yeah, he's started to turn himself into a cyborg so he can keep going longer. Also,
whatever you gotta do.
Also said there's been some good months in the final arc for My Hero Academia. You can tell that Hori, the mangaka, was just tired. He's just aiming to end it this year, but with all the breaks, I doubt it'll happen. Alright. Honestly, at this point, I feel yeah, if that's the case, it's probably good for My Hero to, end on a strong note, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If there's still story to tell, then guys, that go for it, but...
The last I, heard about the series, you could kind of tell they're struggling to find new ways for Deku to do things with super strength. And it was kind of okay, let's just, find a way to just expand his abilities a bit, and we'll just, have a set number of, new quote-unquote, power-ups to get before, things end, and they, not explaining how or anything, but they put a very specific cap on it to be okay, this is what we're going through, after that, that's all we get. And it's alright, yeah, fair enough.
I mean, it seems obvious what you do. You just slowly have Deku gain... you don't want to turn him into All Might, but, gaining All Might's ability, all of his special moves and stuff.
Yeah. They went a bit of a different direction. I feel it was kind of a bit controversial for the series, but I feel from what I've read, it's been working out so far. But yeah, I feel the real answer is you just pull a JoJo's and you're just okay, well, here's a new story following a completely different person. You get things figured out and you just switch protagonists, right? It basically just worked with what he had sub. He already did a pretty good job explaining it. Oh yeah. Honestly, with the explanations they're given, it's okay, you know what? That's fair. That's super fair. It's in, a way where it makes sense, right? Yeah, so I should probably start, moving back onto Digimon, just so I don't, accidentally spoil anyone. But yeah, everyone makes their new crazy burgers, oh boy. But who will be the one true Iron Chef?
Yeah, so Junpei, Izumi... Yeah, Junpei and Izumi make okay burgers. Tomoki makes incredible burgers completely by accident. Well, kind of completely by accident. He learns a good flavor combination by accident and then intentionally uses it on his burger. And Takuya and Koji can't cook for crap.
I was seeing an edit where Gordon Ramsay walks up to Takuya, looks at the burger, and he's it's fucking raw!
I think the issue is that he just used too many weird flavors.
Where's the lamb sauce?
Like, what do you make, like, a yakisoba something, kimchi, kimchi something burger? I don't know, it was, like, weird. And then Koji made, like, a seafood burger, which isn't a terrible idea, so I guess he just did it wrong.
Yeah. I don't know, I've never, like, tried seafood and been like, what would be good with this? A land animal.
Well, I think the idea is that he didn't use hamburger at all. He basically made, like, a weird fish sandwich.
Oh, did he? Alright, that's like, extra weird, then.
It was like crab and, like, something else.
Oh, man.
But, like, yeah, like, fish sandwiches are good, but it's not a burger.
He's just looking at all the fish, and he, like, picks out the wrong salmon. It just yeah.
I thought Takuya's was gonna come out pretty good, actually. I don't remember this episode. Of course I don't. But, like, because, like, it seems like he knew that, like, okay, I can make hamburger out of, like, getting some meat and then using a meat grinder. But I guess he just didn't do it, like, very well.
I want someone to just, like, make some form of edit where it's like Tomoki is Kurikiba and he's, like, sniffing out the right fish to use. He's just like everything's just secretly intentional, but he just acts like he doesn't know. Wait, no, not Kurikiba. It was Hayama. Yeah, I think it was Hayama. Yeah.
Sure.
I need to get my Food Wars references on point, or no one's gonna get anything I say this episode.
Yeah. Somebody has to, because I don't.
Listen, man, somebody's gotta know about the crazy Food Wars, like, dark chefs, which include a criminal chainsaw girl who just cuts meat up with a fucking chainsaw laced with spices, and that's how she prepares her food.
Seems legit.
It's like effing chainsaws with spices and, like, freaking explosives. And, like, you put it all together and it somehow becomes, like, a Christmas Dragon Quest reference.
Huh.
That chapter was weird. Oh, man. There's so much dumb Food Wars stuff I love, holy crap. Man. Yeah, everyone just makes their burgers, and, like... Unfortunately, Nakiri's not there, so we don't objectively know whose was the best, but it seems to be Tomoki's.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, it's like, Tomoki's is the best, and he just used, like... I think he just kind of got, like a... Not like like some kind of dressing mixed up with his onions.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, but you putting condiments on your burgers makes them taste good. That makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. Fair enough.
In fact, later in the episode, the Burgermon who got captured is like, oh yeah, you know what make this hamburger, like, incredible? Ketchup.
Yeah. Oh, man. I got so many fun images of Paldramon just eating burgers.
Yeah, like, if he wasn't the bad guy, this would just be kind of a fun episode, or it's just like there's a hungry Paldramon who wants hamburgers.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't even look that evil. He just kind of, like, he looks like a silly plant dude.
Yeah, I love him. He's so good.
He just wants some hamburgers. He's hungry.
Yeah, he just wants some burgers. Like, did you catch all the effing, like, Orochi references in this episode?
No, oh, you mean like how they give him the sake or he kidnaps a whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's yeah, that's totally what they're doing with this. It's like, oh, he's just gonna come on the nav the full moon. I mean, the 3 moons aligning to
yeah.
just steal your husband, and like all he wants to do is eat hamburgers. So we gotta lace the hamburger, except they don't really. He just falls asleep for no reason. He just
Yeah.
gets full and just passes out.
Gotta get Orochi drunk. I mean, serve him hamburgers.
Honestly, I thought that's where they were going. Like the Burgermon's like, wait, I know what to do. And it's like, oh, is he gonna put some, like, combination of ingredients that will, like, make him, like, go to sleep? Is it gonna be like, oh yeah, I just stuffed the burger with turkey to make you pass out faster?
You know what? Making turkey burgers might do the trick.
That might have done the trick.
But yeah.
I'm surprised no one had the balls to dress up as a burger to get into Peldramon's lair. That would have been fun. We gotta dress up Tomoki as a burger so he can, like, just escape when he tries to eat him.
I was gonna say Tomoki could, like, try to look like a Burgermon because he's got, like, the hat that kind of looks like a bun.
Ah, yeah.
Like, they give him, like, some, like fake lettuce and whatever to put under his hat.
Yeah, he just, like, they give him a little costume that they just conveniently have on standby for no explainable reason. Now I was thinking of actually just dressing him up like a big hamburger, and, like, Peldramon tries to eat him, and he just evolves into Chalkmon, and it's like, oh crap, there's, like, a bunch of ice in my mouth that's, like, prickling me. Oh god, spit this out. Like, he tries to bite down, and he just turns into a, like, just, like, icicle and just stabs him. Oh, man. Yeah, they get to Peltramon's lair, and he's just like, oh, hey, burgers or whatever. No, wait, right, Peltramon's working with a bunch of Chameleonmon. Yeah, that was the deal. I forgot. Which conveniently might be the villain of next week's Ghost Game episode. It's like turning everyone into lizards.
My thought process wasn't that. It was, holy crap, the next episode is about reptilians.
So yeah, it's like, while the main duo are just having their burger cook-off with no judge like a proper Shokugeki, effing, like, this is really like an episode for the B team. I mean, they're kind of, like, pretty well distinguished at this point as the B team. Let's not kid ourselves. It's like, okay, this is like a chance for, like, Tomoki and the R's to go out and, like, have a fight before, the main characters start, like, taking all the credit. Like, pretty much, right? Pretty much. Even though we know Junpei is the strongest member of the group, easily.
Yeah, because Taki and Koji are, they're just kind of busy.
Yeah, they're...
making terrible burgers. Actually, the thing Koji makes could work if you had the right kind of bun. Like a fruit.
Oh, man.
It's just a bunch of fruit, so if you use, like, some kind of sweet bread or whatever, like, it would probably be good.
Friggin' Tomoki, Tomoki, Izumi, and Junpei are out just fighting one of the dark friggin' warriors. And, the main duo are just like, who cares? What's the worst that could happen? They'd lose their spirits? It's fine. There's like 3 of them. They'll be okay.
Yeah. Fine.
What's the worst that could happen? Peldramon eats a tree and becomes way too strong for them. Oh, man. But yeah, they They just go out there, they just found a bunch of ChameleonMon. It's like, they have a fun little bit where it's like, of course this is kind of Tomoki's episode, because he's the one who gets the good burger, and he's like, okay, yeah, baby Burgermon, just expand out a search radius and tell us where the ChameleonMon are so we know where to fight. And I mean, it works.
Yeah, they spread out around the area. They're like, okay, the ChameleonMon are over here.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, good plan. Good plan, fun episode.
Yeah. Also, Izumi turns into Fairymon and immediately loses.
Yeah, that's a recurring thing in these episodes. Izumi keeps getting, like, captured by tentacles. And it's like, oh, alright.
Is it more or less creepy that the quote-unquote tentacles in question are tongues?
I'm willing to say that makes it more creepy because it means he's also technically licking her. And I feel like that counts as sexual assault, even if it's a Digimon. I'm no legal expert. I feel like that is, like, a very dubious area to be in.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Oh, man.
Radar.
Well, if it was literally any other character, it wouldn't feel nearly as gross. Yeah, it's very questionable. Yeah.
It'd still be weird, but Radar.
Yeah, at least if it was like, Blizzardmon or whatever, then it's like, okay, well, it's a monster, so I, like, whatever. Like, yeah, at least if it was like Bulgmon, it's like, okay, you're licking a machine.
Yeah.
You're licking, like, something that's, like, coated in armor, and not, like, a skimpy, like, female character in, like, basically, like, very little clothing.
I'm just disappointed that they're doing Izumi, like, she just instantly loses every time. And it's really sad.
Yeah, even for Digimon, it feels like they're kind of doing her dirty already, and we hadn't even gone to the real bad scenes yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, monsters don't deserve like that crap either. Oh, man. Yeah, sure, alright. Jeez, but yeah, everyone just beats the ChameleonMon, and it's like, alright, well, I guess Peldramon's just a bit too hard for... That's the thing, because I remember it's like, I was watching through this, and it's like, alright, well, it's 3-on-1, and everyone has beast spirits, so yeah, just beat him. Just stop him once and for all. Yeah. And it's like, no, I guess Peldramon's just a bit too strong for that. He's just a bit above them right now.
Yeah, Peldramon's just pretty strong.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing, and he's been hyped up on burgers, so he's extra strong today. Oh, man. Yeah, it's like, that's the thing, it's like he goes to sleep, and their solution is like, okay, well, we could just murder him right now in his sleep, but instead let's, like, blow up the building he's in and just cave it in on him.
Yeah,
I'll keep him for a bit.
Maybe it's weird, but my immediate thought was like, man, that's kind of excessive.
Yeah, I was like, oh, would this just like kill him? And it's like, oh, I guess not.
Nah, he's too strong for it.
A big dude.
Yeah, he's too strong for it to kill him.
Oh, man. I feel like they should have had some coordinated attack, just like, okay, well, he's asleep, so Junpei, you charge up the cannon, like, Shootmon's gonna, like, get ready with the claws, and, like, as they're attacking, like, Blizzardmon just go in with the axe, like, go right for the neck. We'll blast him, distract him, and then, like, finish him off.
Yeah, because if he's just down on the ground, then yeah, just kill him.
Man, would cutting his throat even do anything? Because he's like a plant. Probably not, actually. Because it's like
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know, because we see him, like, heal off damage later.
Yeah, because it's like... I feel like I had to assume, like, it would probably do something, but probably wouldn't, like, kill him. Because, I mean, we saw that Floramon just straight up don't have brains, so it's like, you know, what is there to really, like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I really don't think out with plant Digimon. They just don't have, like, animal organs, so it's like, what do you even destroy to finish them off?
Just enough of their body to beat them.
I was thinking back, it's like, is this why they had to, like, shoot Woodmon in the extra violent way? Where it's like, they made one little, like, you know, crack in his body and then shot through the crack to blow his face apart? Is that why it went so far? Because how else do you beat him?
Could be.
Man, Plant Digimon are so much, like, nuttier than I ever assumed they were. Holy crap. Man. But yeah, this is a fun episode. Anna, anything else we really want to say about this?
Nah, I mean, it's a fine episode. It's kind of fun. I don't know.
Yeah, were you not, like, that big on it?
It was fine. Like,
yeah, alright, yeah.
It kind of sets up... I mean, it doesn't really set up Petalgermon specifically, because, like, the next episode could have happened without this one, but, like...
Oh, yeah, easily.
Yeah, I don't know. It set up that Petalgermon is in the area, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.